We are back with more Cultist Simulator. This is part 2. If you watched part 1, you saw that we were at about 70 gold and we had bought all the books from the bookstore here, and then we had bought all the other books from the auction house. So we were all full of books. Since then, I've just been spam working and I read all the books, and all those books here, all this clutter turned into this lore over here, which I have since organized very neatly. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to get our skills to the final stage, level 4. And I have some lore prep sitting next to it so I remember which one to use, because there are two choices for the skills and they do matter. It matters to me because I'm using Moreland's shop as my headquarters. And when you have it as your headquarters, you can take advantage of the library that's inside. So later on in the game, when we're trying to upgrade 2 of these lores, it will require that we have some kind of knowledge challenge, and using a library will solve one of those puzzles. And then using your level 4 skill will solve the other puzzle. If we had the wrong choice for the skill, it could be that or the library, so it would be redundant. That's why I make sure to choose the right one. For strength, it doesn't matter unless you're doing the Dancer DLC, I believe. All right, so let's get into it. Let's do strength first because we don't have any of these collections of essays or poetry here. And these, remember, I bought from the bookstore and from the auction house. So that makes getting to level 4 really easy for your reason and your passion. So we'll do strength. We're just going to work, and we'll get vitality through working with health. You don't get any extra money or anything. Oops. And while that's doing that, I'll also research another health. So I end up with 2 vitality. And that combines to make the vitality lesson learned. So we just do that 4 times. We'll pause when it's done, collect them all. And then we'll just start working immediately. I think you just double click and it goes into it. Yeah. Double click the health, it jumps up in there. We're going to start stacking vitalities. Okay, so now I will throw 2 of these vitalities in here. So here we go, 1 lesson learned. And we'll take a leave of absence from our job here. Now that we have 250 funds, 249, we have way more than we probably need. But while I was reading all the books, I just kept spamming working, just stacked it up. Okay, there's our second one. This is our making our third, and this will make our 4th. So we're actually done. Nice. Okay. Here it is. So make our 4th one. So we'll take our skill here, put it in the research, and then double click all these. And then I want something more, which is some lore. So we're going to use this one that I prepped. I will follow the Thunderskin's voice. Okay, let's go. The other option is it makes you a stronger fighter, which boosts your chance of success at an ambush from 10% to 30%, I think. So it's really not all that good. There we go. Skill, a flawless physique. Let's put it back over here. Now there we go. Health, strength level 4. This can come back down to here. Be nice and organized. Okay, so same thing, but let's go ahead and use the collection of poetries. We have 4 of them ready to go, so just research them, study them. This is really important to do because we can make masterwork paintings at level 4, which we can then use in rites to summon badass killers, and later on you'll need it to learn some of the more abstract languages, some like ancient language. Okay, 3 and 4. The apple tree never asked the beech how he shall grow, nor the lion, of course, how he shall take his prey. Oops. Okay, well, while we are here, you just saw that sickness timed out and gave us an affliction. Essentially, it turned one of our health into an affliction. We have 5 is more than enough, so I'm actually going to let this affliction time out and turn into a decrepitude. Because if you take your decrepitude and go to work with it, you essentially are begging and you have, an injury, and it's a very consistent way of generating dread. Now, dread is one of the lose conditions, but another lose condition is fascination. And since dread cancels fascination, it's one of the only consistent ways I know to beat the fascination lose condition. Because 2 of the major lose conditions are kind of like a manic depressive thing. You either go way too far into lunacy or way too far into depression. Skill and open soul, awesome. So up here, put our lore back here. So instead of healing this affliction, I'm going to let it time out. Okay, so let's research these reasons. Let's study these reasons. turn them into eruditions, and then turn them into lesson learnt, and get ourselves level 4 of reason. So here's one of the first lose conditions. It is the Bleak Thoughts event, or one of the seasonal events, and it takes 3 dread. Oh, we got our decrepitude. Awesome. Look at its teeth in a jar. So what I'm going to do is put this up here. It's something we don't use very often, but we will occasionally. It could save us. So the dread is easy to counter because you can just buy some opium, or you can go to the club. I've been buying opium all the time. I'm going to start going to the club. They both cost 1 fund, so it's kind of similar. Except the club, you can get something more nursing maybe. I purchased pleasure. I really, oh my god, I was collapsed into bed. Yep, so that ate the contentment there, and we survived the season of despair. Got our 2 eruditions here, 3rd one on the way, 4th one on the way. Here we go, there's our 4th one. So 2 in, 2, 3, 4, and a knife secret. I will be relentless. I will not be denied. So once you have spent, almost 2 hours getting to this point, getting all this money, getting all your skills up, it really sucks to lose. So that's why it's good to get a handle on these seasons. Look, time is passing. The next season is a season of visions. This is the fascination. So let's say we're reading a bunch of books, or we get in some crazy fun trouble at the club, you can get fascination. Well, that will take the fascination in just like it takes in the dread. And once you have 3 of those in a row without canceling it out with some dread or some silent reminiscence or whatever that's called, fleeting reminiscence, you'll lose. So that's why we have the decrepitude. Here we go. We just got level 4 here. Silent intensity. Some this down back in this nice place, and we are ready to go, ready to move on. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed so far and this has been useful. Remember, our first video showed us how we got the nice job and we started working out, making all that money. We bought all the books. And we did the beginning of our skills. We got them up to level 2, and then I did level 3 on my own because it's the same thing, pretty simple. So this video showed us how to get our skills to level 4, and we chose the right of variation to synergize well with our headquarters being Moorland Shop. So now, since I just kind of feel like playing, I'm just going to free play for a bit. Feel free to watch along. I'm just going to talk, do random stuff. Basically, I'm going to go through the game and start building out our cult and just start recruiting people over and over again. So this is our first follower, and we just have to talk to him, I believe, right? In the beginning together, we might be more. So I breezed through all these books when I was reading them. I did it all really fast, but I do encourage you to read a lot of this flavor text. It gets pretty creepy, especially if you play for a few hours in a sitting. You may find yourself laying in bed at night, like actually kind of going crazy, like thinking about the Manus Gate and the whatever, the third eye opening, the shadows behind the walls, whatever weird stuff. So, found a mystical organization. We already generated notoriety, which happens to be in the season where we're being investigated. So that's part of it. We're gonna get a investigator, and we're gonna have to start taking care of the evidence and stuff, but that's really not a big deal. So I've begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest in it. Yep, I must be ready for them. So I've begun to establish my cult. All right. So once you do that, this little thing pops up and it wants our doctrine. So I believe you can choose any kind you want. So I'm going to choose Moth because when you upgrade your followers, only like your primary doctrine, your primary type of lore, can you get to level 10. So having a 90% chance of getting rid of evidence just pretty much makes us immune to losing, makes us lose proof. So here is the detective. I guess you can say there. Usually I like to put him a little to the side so I can see him easier. Yep, so the detective will eventually get some evidence against us, but it's okay. Because we will just destroy the evidence over and over again. As long as we don't kill the detective or drive him crazy, they should be just fine. So I think we have to throw some passion in here. I'm going to click on it quick and see if there's anything else I can throw. No, just passion. See how it's shining? I just clicked on the empty thing to see what to put in there. Here's the season of fascination. We don't have any fascination, but if we did, we would want to go to work with the decrepitude, make a dread, and cancel it out. It's kind of, I don't like how sometimes they pop up in weird places. Now what you want? My first recruit. That's you, buddy. Laidlaw. A cult with one member is only an unusual habit I must recruit. Just gonna let it run slow for the moment. Speed it up. It's nice not having to spam work. We kind of took care of all that already. Fleeting Reminiscent. Okay. So, our rise begins. I have founded my cult. Here's our first recruit, the Believer. Passion's exhausted. Got our lore back. Got the club, the Wildwood Club. Hey, what's behind there? Get back there. What is it? Oh, it's the temporary HQ, right? Where is it? Popped up down here. Yeah, temporary headquarters. Cool. And the Wildwood Club. I like to put my cult stuff up here. Like physical locations. And then, because this is the main thing you'll use, so I'm be dragging things from here over to there. And then we'll use our main doctrine we'll have over here as well, because when we want to recruit people, we'll just drag this doctrine over here. And now, like, we're talking publicly about the invisible arts. We're going to attract some attention. We're going to get some more followers. And when I want to upgrade this guy, I'll kind of drag him onto here. I could start looking for a hireling like that's strong in moth to get rid of evidence, but since we don't actually have any more notoriety, the detective won't make it. So I'm just gonna kind of let it run fast. Just keep on recruiting, spam recruit. And we can even move our headquarters now if we want to the shop. When you do that, I think it clears some notoriety. So maybe we'll wait till we have a little bit. I wish it cleared evidence, but it doesn't. Season of Sickness, so that just cost us the fun to get rid of. And you can see the next season coming up is Season of Despair. So I believe this restlessness is going to turn into dread, so we might want to go ahead and make ourselves contentment. Who would automatically pull the passion? We go to the club? No, let's just buy some opium. I don't want us to be making notoriety when the detective's on the board, if we can avoid it. One thing we could do is paint, and that makes mystique, which the detective tries, which basically muddies the water, so the detective pulls in the mystique instead of the notoriety. Art or bread? I'm just going to do it because I'm not doing anything else. We'll just throw all our... No, we don't want to throw all our passion in there because we need it for talking. And then you can add some funds if you want to get like good paints. Or you can add some lore, but that actually might give you notoriety. I'm just trying to get mystique. Just muddy the waters for the detectives here. Okay, quick pause here. Come with me. We have another acquaintance. Oh, we got some more mystique. Okay, yeah, so mystique's not a problem at all because it can't be turned into evidence. What I like to do is I like to drag them up here. Actually, no, not yet. This guy is a forge aspect. And the other recruits and believers and stuff, they'll have different aspects. So I like to organize them by the right one. Okay, so now that we have an acquaintance, what we need to do is drag our lore, I believe, over into the talking. No, my bad. We drag our cult, the club, and then you are one. And the ceremony is this. It's our lore. That's why I kind of put it all right next to each other. It's really easy to click on. Trappings, we don't need it. Doesn't do anything. There we go. Get this cool little art pop up in the background here. Making another recruit. Yeah, so we're just going to spam this for quite a while. I'm not going to spend any money on paints. I'm just having fun with the painting. Since we're not using the work node, the work action for the moment. Okay, we got our believer, Neville. Neville is a knock. Good one to have. And then, yeah, so we're just going to spam that. We're going to go recruit someone else, and then we have to convert them. Okay, what do we get? We got, oh, a bunch of glimmerings, a contentment, and a bunch of glimmerings. Huh, no mystique, no money. Whatever. It's a kind of annoying how the passion can't stack anymore though, now that it's exhausted. Oh, we have an affliction, I didn't even notice. Yikes. I almost forgot about that. We don't want 2 decrepitudes, that'd be bad. Just 1. Bunch of glimmering. It's not gonna do us any good at the moment. There could be stacking more money if we want. Yeah, maybe we should. Since we're just gonna... Oh, you know what though? We could get fired because of the notoriety that it... Occasionally you make notoriety when you're recruiting people, I think. And when you're converting them. Slide this one over. But you know what? Big deal. We've stacked up enough money by now that if we lose the job, it's not gonna be a big deal. Once you get demoted, it starts to take 60 seconds around instead of 50 because you used to leave after lunch and now you can't get home after lunch anymore. All right, we got Porter. So we drag this in, Porter, this, cool. And we're recruiting. Takes a little while longer because it's multiple steps, but we're getting there. All right. Kind of like to pause and check them out, drag them over. Hey, Moth, awesome. So I will actually put them first because they're like my main guys. I don't think I can upgrade them yet. If you were to drag them here and this person, the ceremony is to promote them. So we want this. It is high enough because this is rank 6. My follower will kneel as a novice and rise as an initiate. I will administer the necessary oath myself. I will administer the necessary oath myself. Awesome. I could upgrade my first follower already, which is going to give him 5 skill in Moth. So whenever the detective makes evidence, I'll just be able to destroy it. The 70% chance to destroy it. 30% chance that it fails, and my follower gets a scar, which I just have to pay a fund to heal. But if they get 3 of the same type of scar, they die. So there is a chance. And I think maybe if they fail, it also generates notoriety. So, but yeah, feeling pretty good. I'm actually going to move the detective over here. I do like to have him a little more, not in the clutter of things down here. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's why I chose the Moth aspect for my cult. Because let's say you chose the knock aspect or something like that's not quite as useful. It's useful for expeditions, but you can get around that. The expedition's a different way. So let's check it out for a second here. Order. Yeah, level 5 Moth. Awesome. Great. So let's continue to let's save because my computer just jumped a second. Yeah, let's continue to recruit. So I'm actually going to just be doing this for a while. So you're welcome to hang out with me and I'll chat to myself, to the world. But maybe we'll just call it here because this is going to go on for a while. I'm going to like stack this whole thing all the way out. Be like 10 more people. We're going to get a bunch of just, they're kind of generic. They're called pawns. Get a bunch of them too. They're good for fodder. You can use them for your expeditions, and if something goes wrong, they'll die, and your good guys won't get harmed. Oh, so notice when the sound effect comes on, you get this little graphic because that means we have 2 dread. I have not been keeping up with my contentment, so better get some opium going, get some contentment. Hey, this dude. We can't drag him on directly, no, because then it just wants to talk to him. You have to put this first, then them, then this. There we go. Now they get recruited. I think it's more expensive too if it gets the dread. I think I have to get 2 contentments now. Cure it. And I have to have an affliction as well. Yeah, it's getting expensive. Good thing I continue to work, huh? There's another contentment. Awesome. Let's just fix the affliction before we forget. Okay, we have another recruit. This one is a lantern, so bring them over. Eventually, I'll put them somewhere else. I like to have them next to each other, right? All the lanterns next to each other, etc. Ready? So, and I'm pretty sure I could upgrade. No, I can't upgrade these, right? Because they're not the right type. Yeah, I can only upgrade the moth. But we can go recruit some more people. I think doing the opium got us the glimmering. Got a bit excited. Creative. What's up with this lantern? Giving us some erudition. Okay. It's kind of like a random effect that happens sometimes. Okay, take this contentment in. Oh, I could have saved it. Shouldn't have let it time out. Now I have to get another one. Now it's about to eat that dread. This is how you can lose the game though, because this is filled. Since this is busy, I can't make another contentment. And if I had a dread sitting here, it could pull it in, and then you have 60-second timer. You might not have a chance to make it. Maybe we go ahead and go to visit the club, see if we get anything in here. Well, kind of stack the deck in our favor a little bit. Oh, we got a vitality this time. Oh well. So what we can do, contentment has a very short timer. We can actually put it in here and stop the timer while that's gone. And then when it's about to get closer, drop it out, let it grab it. That's what I was trying to do last second before it disappeared. Like this one that only has 20 seconds. Oh, bummer. I wish it did not grab the one with 20 seconds. Why not? It's kind of annoying. It grabbed the fresh one. So that will be fine just sitting there, but I gotta go back to work. Okay. We gotta take care of this. Oh, it's a hanger on, so this is just the pawn. But pawns are good. You need some fodder. So drop the contentment in here. Stop that timer, so it's stuck now at 10 seconds. Wait till this is about to time down, and then we'll bring it up. The detective is looking at this mystique. Oops. Gotta be careful where you click, or that contentment will jump out. I'll let this sit for a second. 8 seconds. So yeah, we'll wait till this gets a bit lower. So it's at 6. There we go. That's fine. Now we got a pawn. Awesome. Get someone else. Pawns, I just always toss off to the side here. Make a line of them. Okay, we need one more contentment still. Jeez. The pain, this is an expensive season of dread. This is probably enough funds. I don't have to worry about it. Later on, you can sell things, and you can do people hire you to make like transcriptions. I don't know, they want you to make something from the lore. And that pays pretty well, pretty comparable, but it's a bit slower, a couple different steps. But this is really easy to spam out the work here at the law firm, so might as well just keep doing it. Yep, anyways, this is probably a good time to cut it. I'll just be doing this for quite a while. Anyways, see you next time. Cheers.